I got a business, milking machine equipment business. I started it 2 years ago from nothing, from absolutely nothing. I did some deals and pre-sold some equipment, and here we go. Like I doubled the revenue in the first year, and second year double again, and we are in the third year to double the revenue again.
How much?
We started with 300,000 the first year. We went to $1 million in the second year, and we are in the reach to $2 million in this year.
What's your profit margin?
Around 35%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
are you a business owner?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you said you're in manufacturing.
Yes, I am. Yes.
So there's specifications that you need to adhere to, correct?
Yes.
Do you give the exact number specifications that they need, or you say around?
No. Yeah, I know exactly what is my profit margin. I know exactly what to do. So
what is your exact profit margin?
Yeah, 50%.
50%.
Yeah.
So we went from 35 to 50.
Yeah, it's public domain. So
that's public domain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're listening. So you got millions of followers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 35, 50 in a matter of 2 minutes. No. Continue. Yeah, what would you like?
Okay. My thing is, I've been growing in New Zealand, Ego product now in New Zealand, Australia, Brazil, Argentina. And this is a company only of 6 people. But my thing is what I need to do to go next. You know, what I need to go to reach $10 million, $5 million, $10 million, $20 million. Like this is, I think, my capabilities, they stack there, and my lack of marketing knowledge stacks in maybe 4 or 5 million. But
are you a millionaire?
No.
Mm-hmm. How's that possible?
Because this is my first business.
It doesn't matter what's your first or your 10th business. My first business, I made 1, 2, 10 million, right? If you have a profit margin of 50% based on what you're making, you should already be a millionaire. You said 50% profit margin.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So are you a millionaire or not?
Well, if you look at it, how much my company is worth now, yes, I am.
What's your company worth?
Around $2 million.
And how did you deduct that number?
For a multiplier from the profit.
What's the profit?
Oh, this year is going to be around 300,000.
But that's not and based on 2 million in sales?
Yeah. But this is less expenses. Yeah.
Is that a 50% profit margin?
Well, yeah. Sorry if I get it wrong, but yeah. So
well, I mean, but your business is about being precise.
Yes.
And now your numbers of your business are not precise.
Yeah, sorry, I don't got all the numbers in my head, but yes, yeah.
And so are you evaluating your business at a multiple of 6.5x?
Yes.
Where do you know that your business has a multiple of about 3 to 5%? 5 if over 10 million, but less than that would be a 3 multiple. So in theory, assuming you can sell your business, right? It doesn't mean someone's going to pay for it, but your business, based on what you do, what was the exact profit of your business last year?
Last year, $70,000.
And this year, you're on track for how much?
For 300, but we're going to spend another 300 in R&D.
So what are your sales? So when's your year to year?
First, we started in the 1st of April.
Okay, the 1st of April. So this is the beginning of the year. So how do you know you're going to make $2 million?
Because we already.
Hold on. Your year just ended April 1st. So what did you make? What did you make from April to April?
This year?
Mm-hmm. Well, April to April. You just ended 30 days ago.
Yeah, $70,000.
But then why did you tell me you're on your way to 2 million and you just started 30 days ago?
Because we have already sold $800,000. So
You sold 800,000. What were
yep.
your revenues last year?
Yeah, my revenue last year was one point something million, $1 million.
I mean, you got to help me out here, my brother. You're guessing. I hope you don't do your manufacturing. You're guessing. You're like, let's
No. Like
sprinkle here.
like a 1,080,000 or something like that. You know, like I don't know by the dot. I don't have the numbers here.
Right, so it's empathetic coaching. I am not going to dig deeper.
Yeah.
But that means that means that your profit margin is based on what you just said to me is 7%, not 50, not 30.
Sure, but because we spent $250,000 in R&D.
But that doesn't matter whether you spend or not. That's your profit margin. And then if you're going to spend the R&D next year, so the problem is that you can't, and here's the thing. I get the whole thing of re-spending money. Do you pay yourself a salary?
Yes, yeah.
How much?
$120,000 a year.
Okay. So, I mean, you're spending a large percent of your profits into the R&D. That's not doesn't give you much. R&D is no guarantee, right? Rather than spending it on growth. And so I would have spent it.
When I say R&D is to develop new products.
Well, that's not R&D. That's called product development. R&D is research. I'm doing research. I put in stuff like that. You're just developing other, right?
Yeah,
so that by the way, so that's not R&D. That's called a cost of doing business.
Okay.
So your company made 7. So you have to be very clear because if you're going to talk to somebody. Now, the problem is that you need to learn how to build a business by the numbers. And so what you need to do is you need to say, okay, I have 10 million, let's say, in revenue. Okay. How many clients, distribution, customers we need to see? How can we get to 10 million? It's not like, how do I get to this destination? Now, want to get, how do we get it? What do we need to do? Will our car get us there? Meaning, let's say I want to drive. Will my car get me there? And if it's not, how many times do I have to refuel? How much money do I have to spend to get there? And also, too, sometimes it's easier to get, let's say, to 5 million than it is to 10 million, because 10 million means, can you right now support your business? Meaning, support your business. Like you have 6 people now at 1.1 million, okay?
Yeah.
And now you're trying to get to 2 million, okay? And which, by the way, those numbers don't make sense. If you made 1 million last year, and now you think you're going to make a percentage, it doesn't make and you already did 800,000 in the month of April. That doesn't make sense because you should be on track already at least at 3 or 4 million. If you already did 800,000 the first month, so your numbers don't really match up.
Yeah,
okay?
because we sell season, so the dairy industry is a seasonal sale.
I'm well aware of the dairy industry. You understand? I coach a lot of people, and I coach people in your industry.
Yeah, sure.
But here's the thing: you don't know your numbers, and when you don't know your numbers, because the average people in your industry, the profit margin is 11%. That's the average. Okay, and depending on the price. Okay, depending on the price, because when the price is suppressed, right, then the margins go down. When the price is higher. So now with the coronavirus, has the price gone up, same, or down?
It's going to go down.
Okay, so now it's going to go down, which means your profit margins are going to go down. Okay, so, but right now, let's say you have 6 people and you do 3 million. Well, if you have to hire 50 people at 10 million. So yeah, you made 10 million, but maybe your profit's 100,000. Is that even worth it? So you have to think ahead. And the same way you have to do the specification of your business, you have to know the outlay of that. Do we need to do this, this, this? So in a way, you're a right-brainer who got into a manufacturing, which I hope you're not in charge of the manufacturing. I'd be very concerned about the milk. You probably have a plant ban, right? Yeah, thank God. Or else I'd be very concerned about the milk that you're issuing. But you need to build a business according to the numbers. And because you haven't built the numbers according to the numbers, you know what I mean? So the problem is that I have been coaching a lot of people one-on-one this week as part of a giving back and making sure. And so many people thought they were doing better than what they were doing. And based on how many different numbers you've told me, I don't think you really know. Okay? I don't think you really know. And what I wouldn't want is to go back to before we can go, how do we go with the 10 million? How do I take what I've done, maximize, optimize, and initiate to make sure that I squeeze every ounce of milk out of what I'm currently doing now, right? Better, faster, more efficient. And so to me, by not having the numbers, it creates that doubt that you could get dangerous. Like, for example, okay, 250, an R&D. It's not called R&D, but you call R&D. There's no way you spent 250. Is it 234? Is it 267?
Sure.
250.
Sure.
But you see what I mean? So,
Yep.
so by the way, you are in a margin business, okay? Every percentage counts. So you're working, right? But I don't know, well, we need to take a step back and look at the vision. And that's how we have to do it. You have to grow by the numbers. Think of your business the way you're manufacturing right now, the milk and the process. That's how your business has to be. And I don't have the confidence that you've been doing it. Now, you're doing fantastic. You're growing your business. You're getting sales. You know, you're working. The coronavirus, people still need milk and stuff like that, right? But this is a chance of growing, okay? Also, if you want to sell your business, okay, you need to start having audited financials. Because if somebody bigger is going to come buy you, which is a possibility, not now, you're too small, okay? You need to get to 10 million. Once you get to 10 million, you'll get bought up. You get to 20 million, guaranteed. 20 million, guaranteed all day long because you're a threat. Someone's going to buy you out. 10, very good possibility. 20 million, okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Okay? Now, your weakness needs to become your strength. So I'm going to tell you two things. Number one, it's going to be really early and late for you, so that's the problem, because you'll probably be sleeping. But if you have Millionaire Flicks, you can listen to the replay. I'm sure you don't have Millionaire Flicks, correct? Because someone told you just to go on here.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
You're right. So I figure you don't have it, okay? So I want you to go to Millionaire Flicks and get all my programs for $20, but not specifically for that. I do a webinar every day.
Yeah.
And on Friday, my guy who does all my money and all my numbers is going to put the presentation about how he structured my numbers chart, okay? And that's where I want you to look at, okay, is having those numbers correctly. Because I was like you, I was right brainer, was all over the place, okay?
Yeah.
And because here's the problem. I sometimes go after companies and people like you who didn't know their numbers, and then they run out of money. They got the business coming in, but they didn't know where everything is. And it's not, you said, I know your industry, it's not 50%. I don't even think it's 30%. If it is, you're working your ass off. So I know more or less what the margins are. So I just want to make sure that we can build it according to the numbers, okay? Now, Millionaire Flicks is all my programs. You'll get the webinar, but what I want you to do, okay, believe it or not, how you are going to grow is going to be one thing: relational capital, building relationships. It's not online marketing. It's not any of that stuff. It's not what you know. It's not who you know, but it's who knows you. So your job is to have someone run whatever it is, which sounds like you have some people, and your job is to go outside, to go fish, to go and get the people and build a relationship. That, you should spend 100% on that, because that's how you're going to grow into that business, because it's a very inside business. And once people have been working with a dairy farmer or dairy, they tend to stick with it. Okay? That's the advice I have. So get millionaireflix.com. If you can't afford it, sell a couple of jugs of milk. You'll make the money, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, send me a screenshot of it, but I also send me a screenshot of your plant. Okay? I want to see the floor. Okay? And then I can comment on it tomorrow. But I want you to see if you can listen to my money guide. The replay will be on Millionaire Flicks. It's called the webinar section, Fridays, Saturday for you, but Friday. Unless you want to wake up at 10 a.m. Eastern time and listen to it, maybe you do, because we're going to talk a lot about the numbers this week, because that's the missing piece to you. You're doing really well. You're working really hard, making things happen. But I don't want you to hit a wall. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is good. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Okay. But the way you're doing it right now could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. And I want you to wake up and be like, oh my God, I'm doing all this work. I'm not making the money, which happens sometimes. Okay.
Yeah. So just
All right, my
a
friend.
clarification, maybe a lack of understanding. I design milking equipment for milking cows.
No, I understand. I know you're a designer
Oh,
manufacturer.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I know exactly what it is. I know you're not producing the milk, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing too. If the value goes down, the margins are not there, they need to go, you know what I mean? Like it's a down. If the price goes in, it affects the farmers and the farmers affect you. It's a supply chain issue. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So when I look at your business, okay, I put myself in the dairy farmers, okay, because if their margins is not high, they can't afford the equipment. Does that make sense? It becomes like they're afraid to invest. So
yeah, absolutely.
You're like a car industry. You know what I mean? Like Ford is not open, it affects all the supply parts. If Ford is open, but they can't get the supply, you're in a supply chain business. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, yep.
Okay, getmillionaireflix.com. I want to see it.